Welcome everybody to Snake Cinema Reviews. I'm your host, Prince Elias. This is my girl Coils, and today we are reviewing the new 2021 version of Dune, based off the book of Frank Herbert. I believe that's the author's name. It's an old ass book, and only the nerdiest of nerds people read it, unless they were forced to read it at school. Luckily I wasn't one of them, so I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about the property except that it was the space odyssey, sci-fi fantasy before Star Wars and Star Trek and all that jazz. It was like the godfather or the grandfather of sci-fi, space odyssey, space epic storytelling, basically. And they did have a film back in the day, either the 80s or the 90s, and they also had a TV show. So people have tried to adapt Dune, and what a lot of Dune fans always said in the past is that it's hard to adapt that book. That book is not meant to be adapted into visuals. It's meant to be a book. It's meant to be read. So even though I didn't read the book, and I've never seen the previous medias that tried to adapt it, I cannot compare and contrast. I'm not a Dune nerd boy fandom, so this is just, I'm basing and reviewing this film based off what it is, and it's a movie. So it's a standalone review. I'm not going to tell you whether it's, whether it was a great adaptation or a bad adaptation of the book, because I never read the book. So you can go to plenty of reviewers who have read the book and hear their opinions, but today I'm just telling you my opinion. So it is available in theaters right now, and a lot of people recommend you watching in theaters, especially on IMAX and the biggest of screens. I watched it on HBO Max. I'm not going to the theaters no time soon. So any film that I watch in 2021 is going to be streaming. So I watched it on HBO Max, but I will say, even though I did watch it on HBO Max, I would, if I wasn't so scared of the panorama, I would go to theaters and watch this. And I do recommend, if you feel safe enough to go to theaters and watch it, go watch it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I've written down the cinematographer's name. His name is Greg Fraser, but it's spelled F-R-E-I-G, or Greg Fraser. Either way, I had to shout him out in this review because the cinematography, oh my gosh, this film is beautiful. It's the most beautiful. The landscapes, they didn't just shoot in a studio. They actually went on location to certain deserts. It's multiple locations they went to film, and around the world, not just in America but in other countries, and it shows. They're not sitting in front of a green screen. I'm pretty sure there are certain scenes or certain places that was in a studio or in a green screen or whatever, just for digital and CGI, but majority of this film is on location, and that was a great thing that they did. I'm so happy they did, because it shows in the film. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful cinematography. Great. The director, I'm going to butcher his name, okay? His name is Denis Villeneuve. Sorry, sir, but you did your thing directing the film. You were amazing. Dune, as a standalone film, today, not compared to the book or the previous film or TV show, this Dune is amazing, and you can see and tell that this is what George Lucas and other sci-fi greats, other space odyssey giants, got their inspiration from. You could tell that they read the book, they became big fans. This world that was created in Dune, the characters, the storytelling, it was just amazing. It was beautiful. It was easy to follow along, and I heard some people say the book is kind of difficult or it's just a lot, but this adaptation of it is very easy to follow along. It's about 3 hours. We all knew it. It's going to be broken up into 2 films, but it didn't feel like a 3-hour film. It didn't feel, sorry, there's a B. It didn't feel like a 3-hour epic saga. The pacing was amazing. I did not get bored at all. There were no slow spots. Even when they got into the political stuff, it was just amazing. It was a great film. I enjoyed it. The all-star cast. It's a lot of people. I'm not going to name everybody, but it's Rebecca Ferguson, Timothee Shalamet, Zendaya, Jason Momoa, Oscar Isaacs, It's a lot of it's a lot of big name people in this film, and they all did their part. Whether it was a small part where you only saw them one time and that was it, or they were throughout the whole film, everybody did their thing, and I can't wait for part 2. And based off the box office weekend records, despite it being on HBO Max, there's going to be a part 2 because, whoo, they made some money this weekend. First night, Thursday night alone. So for all you movie buffs and theater heads that are saying, oh no, streaming is messing up the movies, streaming, HBO Max, and all, they're messing up box office numbers, Disney Plus is the evil, all this other bullshit, Dune just proved it, y'all. No. If people want to go to the theater to see the movie, they're going to go to the theater to see the movie. If your movie's good enough and worth going to the theater to see the movie in a panorama, they're going to go see it. So stop blaming the streaming services and just make better movies. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Anyways, that was a great film. I loved it. It's rewatchable for me, but I have to be in the mood because it's 3 hours and it's a space odyssey, and I'm not really a big fan of space odysseys. I like Star Wars, don't love it, wasn't a big fan of the original, sorry George Lucas fans, but it's just not for me, that's just not my taste in films. But this I can watch over and over again as long as I'm in the mood to watch a sci-fi movie like this. It was great, it was amazing, well acted, well shot. Anyways, I don't want this video to be too long. Go out and see it, or if you have HBO Max, watch it on HBO Max. If you want to risk it and go to the theater, go to the theater. It's worth the money, it's worth the full price. Dune is a 10 out of 10 for me. And so yeah, I loved it. It was amazing, it was entertaining, it was enjoyable, and that is it. So comment below, did you watch Dune? Where did you watch it? Was it in the theaters? Was it at home? Comment below, let me know what you thought of it. If you are a Dune fan and you've read the book and you've seen the other film from back in the day, what did you think? Do you think it's a great adaptation? Do you think it was a bad adaptation? Comment below, let me know your thoughts, and I will check y'all in the next vlog. I'm Prince Elias. This is Coils. We are Snake Cinema Reviews, and we will see y'all later. Peace.